Sooner Scoop HD.
As far as morale right now on the defensive side, how is everything getting back this week?
I think we're doing a great job of just trying to stay prepared, and we know we got a big one coming up. We're preparing for this game like we do any other. So, I mean, we know it's going to be an emotional game, and it's going to be a lot of fire throughout that game. But we're just preparing like we have been.
It seems like discipline's a word that's been used quite a bit with Brent, with us. Just what does that mean defensively for you guys?
I mean, just staying in our gaps and really knowing our responsibilities. I know last game we had a couple busts, and we just got to get those few things corrected because, I mean, it wasn't all bad. We had good stuff on tape, and just those mistakes that we're making, the opposing teams are just taking advantage of it, and they're making plays out of it. So we just got to stay disciplined into whatever he tells us to do, and we got to know our job.
Is that a mental thing? Is that a confidence in just the system and what you guys are trying to run? How does that happen?
Honestly, I think it's a preparation thing. I think we could do a little more when we're not in practice, when we're in the film room, whether it's being like throughout the day, getting up and just watching extra film and those type of things like that. Because like I say, the past couple years, the defense hasn't been as complex as this one is. So we got to do a little more just to make sure we're prepared to go out and play.
Is it hard to battle that PTSD from last year, like things seeping back in and trying to kind of with a new slate and everything that's new here?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, we just got to go out and play and go out and compete just like any other game.
If you rewind to last year, obviously you guys had a couple busts in the first quarter. They jumped out of the big lead. In a setting like that, in an environment like that, where you got one half of the stadium that's all crimson and the other half that's all burnt orange, how much more does momentum come into play?
It definitely goes into play. It's going to be a huge thing this game, just like it is every game. Just as you've seen last game, we made a couple mistakes. Offense took advantage. Then we couldn't score the ball. We couldn't get off the field on defense. So, I mean, momentum always plays a big part in every game.
Is the mindset any different this week than it has been, knowing you guys are in the eyes of many underdogs coming into this weekend?
No, we're going to take that same approach that we've took every other game. We just got to go out and prepare and make sure we know our assignments, and I think we'll do a good job with that. Just this week, we got to keep on going and keep on preparing.
Trying to improve off of mistakes from previous games and failures, things like that. I know you got a couple penalties in the last one. That happening in games, how much can that help as opposed to maybe it happening in practice, because you get the real life setting, and now that it happened a couple times in the game, can that, I guess, what you learned from that, can that carry over for Saturday?
Oh yes, sir, for sure. Just like the other day, we were outside after practice working on just getting our head around, because that was a big thing from last game. I know I had 2 penalties from that, and a couple other plays where we didn't get our head around. If we just do the small things right, I think we'll do a great job during the game.
What's the value of that happening in an actual game compared to practice? I mean, it's got to be a lot different, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because you're going against scouts, and then in the game you're going against number 1 receivers and things like that. So, of course, it's going to be a little different. But I mean, the scouts give us a great look every time we go out there. So we just got to do what we got to do.
Is that an instance where maybe you guys overthinking things a little bit, just where you're in that position, you should just be able to react?
Maybe a little. I know the 2 that I had, the ball was kind of an issue. I really couldn't find the ball, and I never really got my head around. So if I would have just got my head around, I probably could have made a play on it. But if we just emphasize getting our head around, I think we'll make a lot more plays, because it's not like we're getting beat down the field. We're in great position. We're just not getting our head around.
You mentioned the mindset doesn't change as underdogs. Is there almost a little bit more comfort, though, having that edge to you guys? It seems like something you guys brought up at the beginning of the season.
Definitely. Just having the edge on every play. I think if we just go out and play our game, if we go play our A game, I don't feel like anybody can beat us in the country. And if we just go out and do that, then we'll play a great game.
What's the preparation been like this week? Because obviously it's not 100% certain who Texas is going to be rolling out there as their starting quarterback. So has that affected you guys' game planning at all?
No, sir. Not at all. We're preparing for both quarterbacks to play. We don't know exactly which one is going to be out there, and we just got to go out and with a mindset to attack, really.
This might be an in-the-weeds question, but whenever you're playing man coverage and you got to find the ball, and obviously you're focusing on the man, can you take us through what that's like? Because I know it's a really difficult thing to do. I mean, especially compared to maybe playing zone coverage.
Oh, it's definitely because like you say, you're guarding a man, and you don't know if he's even getting the ball. But our mindset is that the quarterback's going to throw to our man every play, and I know sometimes the receivers put their hands up and the ball's not even there sometimes, so it's kind of difficult to know if he's actually looking for the ball or if he's just going up and trying to play with you. So really it's a hard thing to do, but like I said, we just get our head around when we're in good positions, I feel like we can make a lot of plays.
Especially for you guys that are a little bit older. How important is the value of leadership coming off a game like you guys had on Saturday?
It's definitely a huge thing, just trying to get everybody's mind off the last game and keep pushing forward for the next game. It's definitely a hard task, but I feel like we're doing a great job with that. Whether it's after practice and we're doing extra stuff to just work on the mistakes that we made the previous week, or if we're just in the film room and we're talking out like anything like that.
It seemed like this is the type of game that would get everybody's attention, though. If there is going to be a bounce back, this is the type of stage that kind of catches everybody's attention.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Is it though? Like just performing OU Texas, it seems it's a little bit of a different arena.
Yeah, definitely. Just because it's a huge game for both teams. Like I said earlier, it's going to be an emotional game, and there's going to be a lot of momentum played into effect during this game. So I feel like we just do what we got to do. I think we'll do a great job.
Is it hard to search for what you guys had the first 3 weeks as opposed to these last 2 weeks?
Definitely, because the first 3 weeks we played great ball. The last 2 weeks we've been made mistakes, and I think it's been a huge discipline thing, and that's why coach is emphasizing that. If we just play discipline and play our game, it's gonna be good for us.
Sooner Scoop HD.